We'll see how many of them are just sitting there waiting for me. Oh, good job, Amanda. Oh my god. Yeah, there they are. Oh my god. Hi. Well, I made it here eventually. I was giving you all an opportunity to talk to each other. That's really what it was.
It was part of their scheme.
Yeah, it was totally part of the scheme. Everybody could get comfortable with each other. Yeah. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Amanda Zitto. If you are new here, I make motorcycle travel vlogs, how-tos, and general encouragement for you to get out and do the thing. And today we're doing the thing and giving back to the Tillamook State Forest and doing a little cleanup with Onyx Offroad. Super stoked. Thank you all for coming. You're incredible human beings. I'm stoked. The gist of it is that we're gonna clean up around here, and if we get finished like much earlier than anticipated, which I kind of feel like we're going to, then we might take a little ride up. It's very easy. It's all gravel roads. There's no it's not a dirt bike trail. Yay! Onyx Offroad was nice enough to bring us trash bags and gloves and goodies and water. So if you get dehydrated, let us know. We have water for you. I hope that you came semi-prepared with water, but I won't judge you otherwise. Cool?
Cool.
Cool. Oh God, how did they get it back there? Can you see it? There it is.
Here you go.
Oh my! Oh my God!
Mickey Mouse t-shirt. Little child's
Oh my
Mickey
God.
Mouse t-shirt. Oh,
Wait.
there you go. Now who would leave that behind?
So far, so good.
You know, I know we talked about like glitter being the bane of existence in a natural environment, but you know what's worse? Confetti.
Confetti.
Why? Why confetti? What? What?
This is just paper.
It's got a coating on it, which is why it hasn't degraded yet. Yeah, come to a Mandan event. You'll crawl over the forest floor on your hands and knees to pick up confetti. Really get to know the forest. I like that one. Yeah. We're communing with nature.
This one's getting in it.
Yee. I can't believe this many people showed up. It's kind of awesome. Thank you all so much for showing up. I appreciate it. Make sure you go hang out with Old Friends New Roads.
For sure.
Go subscribe to Old Friends New Roads and Dork in the Road and Beards Bikes and Camping. Do you have a channel?
Not yet. Maybe next week.
Okay, cool. Yes. And of course, our people at Onyx Offroad who were amazing and helped organize this and brought trash bags and gloves for everybody and like pickers so not everybody had to bend over. That was really nice. But we have, I'm very proud of us. We picked over this area pretty clean.
Yeah.
Including Dork and I and, oh my gosh, I just forgot his name. He's not here. Where'd he go? There's Circus Bear Moto. Doing the effort for everybody. That extra run. Real MVP. Last one back. He obviously worked harder than all of us. Say it again. You found what?
Dirty underwear.
Dirty underwear. Back in a spot.
Back in a spot. It was really close to the restrooms. Trusty Grabber got it.
Yes.
Grabber cams.
Official hat winner. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming. You're all incredible. And Anna, yay! We're gonna go on a little ride. Well, those of us that can go up some steep gravel are gonna go for a little ride. Our wonderful friends in the cruisers are gonna go to things that are fun for them. We made it up the hill.
first time I've been able to text my wife in a day.
I got our LaCroix, and Lance is patching a tire.
Yeah.
He picked up a nail.
Don't burn pallets, kids.
I've said it before, I'm very food motivated. We had a wonderful cleanup. I can't believe how many people showed up. I'm incredibly impressed. I honestly thought it was going to be Dork, Beard, and Anna and I. For real. And Lance, of course, from Onyx. So I am thrilled to see how many people came out in support of the outdoors to clean it up and honestly believe in the mission of Leave No Trace, and that makes my heart happy, especially when you go out in the woods and you see all the trash on the side of the road, or you go to a campground, there's trash everywhere. It's really hard not to get discouraged and believe that there's no good in humanity. And that leads me to the topic that I want to talk to you guys about today, which is Leave No Trace, and also a little bit of digital Leave No Trace. And if you don't know what that means, it pretty much means like do not geotag a specific place. And really, both of those things have to do with just the question of like, how do we protect our public places, but also encourage other people to get outdoors? And it's a very fine line. And there's a way to encourage people to get outdoors and go play in the woods without telling them exactly where to go. A little over a year ago now, 2 years ago now, my friend Maggie and I were talking about Leave No Trace principles in a video that I made about how to go dispersed camping and all the rules involved and that kind of stuff. And she brought up an excellent point about geotagging while we were filming the next video about how to find free camping.
Another part of Leave No Trace is actually not going on social media and geotagging all the locations that you go to, because one of the biggest issues in the Park Service, Forest Service and stuff is overuse. Mm-hmm. So when you're going to experience it for yourself. You shouldn't be going there to just put it on social media, because that just draws more people. And even though you might have really good L&T principles, that doesn't mean the people that see that photo or that video that you took of a place do, and that doesn't mean that they'll respect the place as much as you did. So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying don't geotag. I'm saying be mindful of the resource and just remember that you're there to enjoy and protect.
Since the influx of social media, and since we have been able to geotag a very specific location and share it with thousands of people, maybe even people that we really didn't mean to share that place with, it has been having a huge effect on our natural places. People are taking these really incredible photos in very specific locations in national parks, alpine lakes, other pristine natural areas of our public lands, and then posting them on Facebook and Instagram and geotagging that specific location. And you can insert any social media platform for this, where you can leave your exact coordinates for where you were or the exact name of the place that you were, and all you have to do is Google it on Google Maps, that kind of stuff. It is creating overuse. Last year, I camped at a beautiful campground north of Bozeman. It was a beautiful place. Obviously sees a lot of use by locals already, and people were asking me and pestering me about where exactly that place was and why won't I tell them and that kind of stuff. And that's not appropriate. I have my own personal rules about what I share and what I do not share, especially when it comes to campgrounds, and everybody is out and about right now. And it's not that I don't want people to get out and do the thing, because I absolutely do. That's like my whole message. But I want you to do your own research to get out and do the thing. Apps like Onyx are there as a tool to help you explore, not tell you where to go. And I think that's awesome. And I think the experience is so much more genuine when you can find those places yourself. But if it is like a state park campground that has a campground host, or if it's a little mom and pop campground that's private, I will absolutely share those places, because those places are set up and have the facilities to deal with the people visiting it. If I share some place that's out in the middle of nowhere, that's a dispersed camping site, there is no campground host, Forest Service rangers probably don't get out to service that area very often, and it's obviously not meant for a high traffic flow of people, I'm not going to share that spot. And I hope that you guys understand that. And I, as a social media personality, somebody who has a large platform that can reach a lot of people, I have to be conscious that I could have a very detrimental effect on that place if I share exactly where I was. Our national parks specifically are the best example of that. And I know there's at least a handful of you, if not more, that have gotten to experience national parks before the social media boom and after. And the change is insane. Here in the United States, we are extremely lucky to have huge swaths of land reserved for public use. But it's also our responsibility to recognize that and keep these areas clean from human waste, toilet paper, any other kinds of trash to make sure that these places stay open for future use. I'm not trying to be a huge downer here, and part of the whole goal of my channel is to encourage more people to get out into the woods, experience our natural places. I believe that the outdoors can do heaps and heaps of good for our mental health, but I also believe that with that, you also need to come hand in hand with education about how to treat our outdoors. And finding these beautiful natural places on your own make them that much more special, not just so that you can get your perfect Instagram photo. Not everyone is perfect. I have definitely tagged or shared the name of specific Forest Service campgrounds that I've stayed at in the past, but I'm trying to do better. I'm doing my best to be more aware of my impact. And even if you don't have 1,000 followers, there are other people who will see your post, especially if you have a public profile and you use hashtags. Other people will find it. And yes, there's a lot of places that I have been. I've told you what town I was near or what forest I was in. And it wouldn't take a whole lot of sleuthing to figure out exactly where I was. But I would rather the people who are going to take the time to find those places be able to go than the people who just want an easy answer. Because those are normally the people who do the most amount of damage. And I can totally hear you going, but Amanda, I'm not the one leaving the trash. I do good. I pick up all my trash before I go and that kind of stuff. And that is awesome. I am so proud of you. I'm not trying to accuse anybody, but it is something that I felt like I really needed to address, especially after last year, having so many people be upset at me for not sharing a very specific location about where I camped because it was pretty. I know this is not everybody's favorite topic, so thank you so much for making this far in the video. I'm not saying that you can't share your favorite places with your friends or go out on a weekend with your friends. What I'm saying is that we all, including me, need to take a minute and really consider our impact on a place if and when you talk about that place on the internet. Especially special places out in the middle of the woods or out in the middle of the desert that do not have the infrastructure or the people to come up and clean up after people who don't know better. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Like, look at that. What? That's the ocean out there, okay, you guys? Oh, you probably can see it on this camera.
Girl, yes. Preach. From the mountaintop, preach. The resources are there. You got Onyx.
Keeps you on trail.
Well, and that's the discussion that Amanda and I had online. I was like, I hadn't
send people to one place.
I hadn't done a lot of research, but the mapping tools that are out there really highlight specific locations and on their social media geotag, and it's not healthy.
Yeah.
It's not healthy for our public lands. It's not healthy for other people. But Onyx isn't geotagging. And she brought that to my attention. And I was like, well, hot damn. Give them the resource. Give them the education.
Yeah.
And go forth.
Yes.
Take only photos, leave only footprints. Best principle to go by.
Also, did you know that you can get these like nice little chemical bags that like you don't have to even get out of your tent to pee in? Okay? That's luxury. Who wants to go traipse around the wood and dig a hole at 2 o'clock in the morning when all you have to do is roll out of your sleeping bag and pee in a bag and go back to bed? I don't know. Sounds nicer to me. Also has less impact. I mean, you can poop in it too. And you can put your toilet paper in there. Please don't leave your toilet paper in the woods. Please. Okay? Okay. Do you have an end screen crew question?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Your first fall on an off-road motorcycle.
Okay.
I mean, what comment on your first fall on an off-road motorcycle?
Okay.
I don't know.
Just in case you didn't hear that, question for the end screen crew. Tell me, what was the first time that you dropped a motorcycle? Try to make it inclusive, not just off-road, because I know that I do have some lovely cruiser followers like you. You're cool. I'm gonna get home and think about all the things that I didn't talk about. Yep. That's how it goes.